everybody and welcome back to the channel where we're finally getting out of gaming videos for a bit. I'm really sorry, I don't know why, but the October rush kind of left me a little bit exhausted, and I've been struggling to get other non-gaming videos done, so we're working on it. Thank you for your patience. And I'd like to also say, as always, thank you so much to Andy for requesting this doodle video. This is going to be of Alucard of Hellsing Ultimate, the baddest of badass vampires. And as you can guess, he's got the crazy look to him, because of course he does, because that's the kind of character he is. I've got to say though, my personal opinion, I really adore the Hellsing Ultimate Abridged version of Alucard over the version of Alucard that we got in Hellsing Ultimate. I don't know why. I think he's a lot more serious, a lot less down to earth. He's just a lot more crazy vampire doing crazy vampire things. Admittedly, I do need to watch the last 3 episodes or so because I got out of it for a bit, but hey, here we are. We'll get back into it at some point. So as per usual, normally I do a little bit of just chatting and talking to you about what I think of the character and going through and finding some bits and pieces, but because there is so much to do with this character, I thought we would start with a little bit of fun and games with some trivia sections. So let's go straight into that. So did you know that originally in the English version of Hellsing Ultimate over, Crispin Freeman notes that he was originally going to give Alucard a Romanian accent, but he did settle on a more American one instead. Most likely the Romanian accent heard in the intro of the English OVA 2 and 1 in OVA 8 upon unleashing level 0 is what Alucard was originally going to sound like. It's also likely that Alucard is meant to have a Romanian accent in the manga. This could have been the inspiration for Alucard's well-known count form. In some scenes of the manga, the pentagram on Alucard's gloves changes to a hexagram or sometimes disappears entirely, which kind of doesn't make sense because that's what's used by Integra and the Hellsing family to keep him under control, so that's a bit weird, right? Alucard has 2 paganism references on him. The obvious one is the pentacle symbol on his gloves, the second is his epitaph, the bird of Hermes. Hermes was the Greek messenger god noted for his winged sandals and ability to fly. Hermes was also noted for transporting souls to the underworld, while Alucard, in contrast, devours them. The bird of Hermes is my name, eating my wings to keep me tame is also part of the Ripley Scroll, a medieval work about emblematic symbolism. George Ripley was an alchemist who lived around Vlad the Impaler's time and is also said to have known the formula to create the Philosopher's Stone. In the manga, Alucard's glove hold a little bit of an Easter egg, as one of the words readable was XL Saga, which is the name of an anime manga made by Rikdo Koshi. Before becoming a vampire, Alucard's eyes were a bluish purple in the OVA. However, in his famous portrait, Vlad Tepes has brown eyes. There are also historical records that describe him as having threatening green eyes. The character Solomon from Genndy Tarkovsky's Symbiotic Titan cartoon is a visual reference to Alucard. And Alucard makes his debut in his first video game, Call of Duty Warzone 2, as an operator, including the reprisal of Crispin Freeman. That just makes me laugh so much. So much that he's in a Call of Duty game. Oh man, that's got to be amazing. I'm going to have to give that a go. Bear in mind, I have never ever played a Call of Duty game, so that would be pretty weird. So, as we all know, Alucard is one of the 3 main protagonists of the Hellsing series, created by Kota Hirano, alongside Sir Integra and Ceres Victoria. In both adaptations of Hellsing, he is voiced by Junji Nakata in the Japanese sub and Crispin Freeman in the English dub. He is the most powerful weapon of the Hellsing organisation, which works against vampires and other such supernatural forces. Alucard is no mere vampire, however. It has been implied that he is the most powerful vampire alive and may be the most powerful character in the series, rivaled only by the Captain and Alexander Anderson. Of course, the latter unfortunately being defeated by Alucard after becoming a monster. I think that's the kind of key point of that fight. Spoiler alert, I should say. So, Alucard has stated on more than one occasion that he can appear as whatever he wishes, and that the forms he takes on particular occasion reflect no meaning or purpose. His hair length changes according to his release date from short to knee length. I think as he gets more powerful, he gets longer hair, and it's like, that makes no sense, because if you have long hair and you try and fight, and I've done this on several occasions myself, you end up more than likely to pull your own hair out, which I don't imagine would be fun for a vampire. Or maybe it is. Okay, I don't know. His teeth may also change from those of a typical human with slightly elongated canines to large and triangular in a manner somewhat reminiscent of a great white shark, because that's apparently scary. I mean, it is actually, if you think about it. Great white sharks, the 3 rows of teeth in a human mouth, would look really weird and also be terrifying, because your mouth is not supposed to work like that under any circumstances. So yeah, actually that'd be pretty scary. It appears that his clothing is part of his physical form due to the fact that when he regenerates, his clothing also repairs itself. So it's really good that he doesn't need a tailor, especially the amount of times he gets shot, because I'm pretty sure if he had a tailor, the tailor would be threatening to murder him. And the Hellsing team would go through tailors like they go through cheese puffs. I don't know why cheese puffs. I don't like cheese puffs. I was going to say, like, I go through cheese puffs, but I don't go through cheese puffs because I don't like cheese puffs. Typically, as seen here, Alucard appears as a tall, long-limbed, broad-shouldered adult man of indeterminate but reasonably young age, as is commonly seen among vampires. Mostly because it makes it easier for them to go out and grab a bite to eat, I'm assuming. Alucard possesses blood-red eyes, which may glow when he is experiencing strong emotions. Though, as stated above, he can change his hair as it's a part of his shadow, he commonly has short, jet black hair and his bangs fall slightly in his eyes, with strands on the side of his bangs framing his face in this form. Alucard's physical body is very inconsistent. Some shots depict him as very lanky, and some depict him as being slightly wide. The most notable inconsistent part of Alucard's body is his arms. His usual outfit is comprised mainly in a classic Victorian fashion. It includes a charcoal suit, leather riding boots, and an intricately knotted red cravat, covered by a full-length red frock coat, similar to the duster coats often associated with cowboys, with a cape over his shoulders. He also wears a wide, floppy-brimmed red fedora and a pair of circular, heavy-tinted, wire-framed orange sunglasses with goggle sidings. God, that was a mouthful. On the back of each of Alucard's gloves is what appears to be an arcane symbol. It consists of a 5-pointed pentagram inscribed inside a circle with strange astrological or alchemical characters in the spaces between each of the points. There is a band of writing around the circle with the following inscription: Hellsing, Hell's Gate arrested, Gott mit uns, and Shrine Heaven now. Gott mit uns is intended to be God with us, or God be with us in German. Outside that band are more unusual characters written in strange runic script. Using letter substitutions, it becomes clear that the runic words are English, writing out Hellsing, Hell's Gate arrested, and Shine Heaven now. At the bottom of the circle towards the wrist is a square with rounded corners and 4 horizontal lines, making a ladder of sorts within the square. He also has a level 1 form where his powers have been slightly less restricted. Alucard's level 1 form doesn't change that much in terms of physical looks. He was commonly seen in this form sporting long black hair and a slender body. The form in which Alucard was in when he was found by Integra was in a black straitjacket that kept his arms behind his back. He broke free of the restraints in order to protect Integra Hellsing from death. Alucard's appearance changed since then, but every now and then he goes back to this form. He has used it in his fight with Luke Valentine, his fight with Tubal Khan Alhambra, and when he finally killed Anderson, and in his fight with Walter. He also has a young girl form. One of Alucard's alternate forms resembles a little child, which is often nicknamed Girlicard by fans, however is referred to officially as young girl form within the guidebook. In this form, he is petite and slender with straight dark hair that drapes just below his shoulders. He wears a black office shirt with a white vest top on top of it, white shoes, a red tie, a white trench coat, and occasionally a fuzzy little white cap, because he's just adorable. Although he changed his look, Alucard doesn't change his voice. However, the colours are quite inconsistent in the OVA. In the ending credits of OVA 1, Alucard's girly form was shown with a green coat, fuzzy white cap, and a brown office shirt. There was also a flashback where Alucard's girly form had his iconic crimson and black colour. The final form that we know about is called the Count form. Alucard is also capable of appearing as he did during his reign as Vlad Dracula. In this form, his general stature is unchanged, save for being perhaps slightly bulkier. His face appears to age from that of a young adult to the middle-aged man that he was when he died, and he grows a short, full beard and moustache. His hair also increases in length to his mid-back and becomes wild and unkempt. His attire changes from his usual suit to a full set of gunmetal grey plate armour and a tattered black cape with red inlay and a high collar. He acquires a broadsword which hangs from one of 3 belts at his waist, and he also appears more reserved and stoic. So, a lot of talks about what he looks like, I know. However, this is a drawing of what he looks like, so I suppose that kind of fits. If we do any more of him, then we will probably do some more chatting about what he actually like. But until then, I think that's a good place to leave it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care, have fun, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye!